So, einen wunderschönen guten Abend hier im Westweserstadion zu einem Flutlichtabend, eine Begegnung, auf die wir uns alle gefreut haben. Totaler Klassiker, Mehrklassiker, die fast nicht im Pokal. Werder Bremen gegen Borussia Dortmund. Haben wir vor einem Jahr fast genau, das ist sehr, sehr gut Ende für uns in Dortmund. Und wollen heute verhindern, dass es die Revanche gibt, denke ich mal. Also, es wird ein toller Abend. Das werden wir jetzt natürlich live machen mit verschiedenen Sendern. Wir haben Flutlicht, wir haben Ausflug auf das Haus. Und wir haben eine Begegnung, die es in sich hat. Wir haben einen, das ja Steuer hoffentlich aufgekauft hat jetzt, oder? Was jetzt?
Ich habe allerbeste Stimmung, weil es wird mal wieder Zeit für den Wunder von der Leser, wenn ich das gar nicht sagen. Wir schauen auf die anderen Ergebnisse, die Werderaner und Werderaner im Moment. Die Zwischenergebnisse Frankfurt 2-0 gegen RB Leipzig und Lautern abgeführt gegen Düsseldorf mit 2-1 im Stichwort 2:2.
So, dann haben wir noch ein Spiel, das parallel zu unserem stattfindet, und zwar auch nicht schlecht. Schalke gegen Hertha, wobei wir hoffen, dass es ein bisschen mehr gibt als Bundesliga-Vergleich am letzten Freitag. Da ist fast nichts passiert zwischen diesen beiden Mannschaften. Heute also die Revanche in Gänsewind parallel zu unserem Spiel gegen Borussia Dortmund.
Ja, da haben die zwei Trainer richtig lieb gewonnen, da haben die Wagner und David Wagner und Jürgen Klinsmann tauschen Freundlichkeiten aus. Das wird sich heute sicherlich fortsetzen. Dann schauen wir mal auf morgen die Mittwochspiele. Auch ganz schön, Leverkusen gegen Stuttgart, Ferl gegen Union Berlin, die reisen dann bei Leute hier an die Weser und dann Bayern gegen Hoffenheim und Saarbrücken. Das Überraschungsteam ist ja im Pokal gegen Karlsruhe.
Tja, du musst was gegessen jetzt.
Ja, natürlich, herzlich willkommen wie immer hier im Bremer Westweserstadion. Den Fans ist BVB, hier kommt euer Vereinsung.
We're talking to Ludwig Augustinsson, Werder Bremen's player. Good evening, good to see you. Both teams are in very different situations. Bremen is fighting to survive in the league, and Dortmund, they're flying high at the moment, but your coach said this has nothing to say because we have nothing to lose and nobody expect anything from us tonight. How do you put both things in relation?
Yeah, it's like you say, two complete different situations. We're in a very tough one. They are in a very good one. But as Flo said, that it's one game. It's the cup, and everyone knows that from last year everything can happen. And maybe no one believes in us today, but this is also a good thing because. Yeah, it's only one game and everything can happen in this, and I still think that everyone is still enjoying this kind of games because it's a big game today.
Dortmund scored 15 goals in the last 3 matches, so you as a defender, how can you stop them?
Yeah, it's always difficult. I mean, even though we played them in the cup, they still scored 3 goals last year, and they are always dangerous. But of course, we have to keep them a little bit more quiet than they've done in the last 3 games. And yeah, we have to be very compact, very aggressive, and everyone has to cover for each other. And of course, we need to be a little bit better offensively than we have been, so we can score 1 or 2 goals. And then we need to play probably the best game this season to be able to win today.
So Riyad, you told me you might be back on pitch soon. Tonight you will be in the stands. Are you even more nervous than on the pitch because you're like helpless?
Yeah, I'm very nervous because, as you said, we're helpless, and my father at home was also nervous, even though I'm not even playing. So it's always like this. When you don't play, you're more nervous than when you play. So yeah, it's quite tough to be on the stands, but I believe in the boys, and I think they can do a job today for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best for you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much. Bye.
Sebastian Kehl is here with us. Good to see you. Good evening. Both teams are in very different situations regarding the Bundesliga. So what does that mean for tonight's match?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We had a good start in that season. So far, 3 wins in a row. Bremen is not in that performance, I would say. But it's a knockout cup game, so everything is possible. Bremen has their chances today. Of course, they play at home. We won't underestimate them.
You not only won the 3 matches, you scored 15 goals thanks to the young boys, the young and wild, Sancho and Haaland. Why do they match so good together?
Yeah, first of all, we're happy to have them on board. I mean, young players, very talented. They like to score, they like to create chances, they like to play each other. Really good for that team, for the spirit in that team, and yeah, we want them to ride that journey as long as possible.
So what about tonight's lineup?
Yeah, we will have some chances today, some changes today. Rafa Guerrero had to stay in Dortmund. He's a bit injured, so Nico Schulz will come back on the left side, and Erling Haaland is not playing in the starting 11. We will have another formation on that part, but and then Piszczek is not on the pitch, as well as Roman Bürki.
But Haaland just gets a rest. He's not injured.
No, everybody's on board. Emre as well. So the coach has a lot of chances to substitute.
Okay, thank you so much. Good game. Danke. everybody, a warm welcome here in Bremen for the second round in DFB-Pokal. Werder is facing Borussia Dortmund, and we have the perfect expert because he played for both teams. Good evening, Patrick Obermaliena.
Hi.
So let's talk about the match. Both teams are in very different situations. For Bremen, it's a bit dramatic. Dortmund is flying high. So what does that mean for the match?
Actually nothing, because it's a cup game and it's something different. And I know for a fact that whenever the lights go on in Bremen, something special is possible, and that's what they're looking for tonight, because the odds are obviously against them.
So the coach said as well, we have nothing to lose, nobody expects anything from us. What do you think about the lineups?
I think he's very courageous, actually, for Florian Kohfeldt. If you look at the lineups, there's Rashica, there's Osako, there's Selke, there's Bittencourt. Doesn't look to me he wants to park the bus. So he wants to be courageous. They want to play. They don't want to just defend. So Dortmund has to be warned, because I said it before, in this stadium, when there's a night game and it's a cup, things are different and things can go out differently.
But they have one problem, that's the Dortmund offense. They scored 15 goals in the last 3 matches. 7 were scored by Haaland, who's just on the bench tonight. Torgan Hazard starts, but how to stop them?
That's the good question. I mean, obviously it's really flying for Dortmund at the moment, and whoever is on the pitch is really blessed with big quality. So Sancho, Torgan Hazard, Marco Reus, Erling Haaland off the bench, that's dangerous. But if you wanna achieve something today, you have to be courageous. That is what Bremen is showing us with the lineup. So I'm really curious how things will go tonight.
Sounds interesting. Thank you so much. Enjoy. And you guys too. See you later. Muy buenas tardes, qué bien usted está con nosotros aquí a Bremen por la segunda ronda de la Copa Alemana, y Werder Bremen se enfrentará a Borussia Dortmund. Aquí viene el equipo que viene, pues los dos equipos están en situaciones muy diferentes. Werder Bremen luchando por sobrevivir en la liga y Borussia Dortmund volando alto. Marcaron 15 goles en los primeros 3 partidos gracias a 2 chicos jóvenes, Jadon Sancho y Erling Haaland, pero Erling Haaland está en el banquillo. Esta noche jugará Torgan Hazard, y Florian Kohfeldt, el entrenador de Werder Bremen, no solo quiere defender, por eso hizo 3 cambios. Jugarán Osako, Veljkovic y Friedel. Pues que disfruten el partido.
Welcome to the Weserstadion. I'm Phil Bonney. This is the DFB-Pokal, the German Football Association Cup. There's a whiff of revenge to be had in the air tonight as Borussia Dortmund arrive to clash head-on with home team Werder Bremen, the side that knocked them out at home in the Signal Iduna Park almost a year ago to the day in exactly this round last season. On their 121st birthday, Bremen currently find themselves in the relegation playoff place in the Bundesliga with just 4 wins all season. A victory today could lift their spirits and give them a boost of confidence that would help them to escape the drop come the end of the season. Last year, Bremen won on penalties, meaning Werder have lost just 1 of their last 6 competitive games against Dortmund. And they look to get into the quarter-finals for a 3rd successive season. In contrast, Dortmund have themselves got to the last 16 for the 9th time in a row. They got underway in 2020 in scintillating form with 3 wins and 5 goals in each and every one of them. Almost half of those have gone to teenage January signing Erling Haaland, who became the first player in Bundesliga history to get 7 goals in his first 3 games last weekend. He hasn't played in the DFB Cup yet, but he'll be bursting to make as big an impact in this competition as he did in the Bundesliga. As if that wasn't enough reason for Bremen fans to worry, the other in-form 19-year-old Jadon Sancho is also looking for his first goal in the Cup, but with tricky games coming up, rotation looks like it's the order of the day for Lucien Favre. The home side has made a few brave changes. Florian Kohfeldt has brought in Yuya Osako. Milos Veljkovic is fit once more, and Nuri Sahin is rested. He's on the bench today against his old side. Marco Friedl comes in for him, but with Osako, Rashica and also another January signing, Davie Zelke up front. Florian Kohfeldt being very brave and is certainly going out there with attack on his mind. Gigi Pavlenka in goal for the home side. He's played every DFB Cup minute since he arrived back in 2017. That's 11 games. 3 changes also for Dortmund. Marvin Hitz comes in place of Roman Bürki in goal. Dan Axel Zagadou is in. Lucas Piszczek is out. Guerrero is also out today. He's got a bit of a problem that needs clearing up, but he might get into action at the weekend. Torgan Hazard starts for him. Erling Haaland, the man that everybody's talking about, is only on the bench today, but Jadon Sancho is out there. He's got Royce alongside with Hazard right up front. It's a very fast-paced looking lineup for Borussia Dortmund, with the likes of Hakimi as well as Nico Schulz, who comes into the sides. And Bremen haven't had a lot of really fast players clocked this season. I'm not going to get anywhere close to them. The gentleman sitting next to me possibly will get a bit closer. Former professional who played for both these sides in his time, as well, of course, as for Arminia Bielefeld. Patrick Ormiela. Patrick, always brilliant to work together.
Nice to see you again, Phil.
Nice to see you again. It's a little tasty morsel we have this evening. The 3rd round, the round of 16, 2 of your old sides.
Right.
What do you think? I mean, Dortmund look to be full of goals at the moment.
I'm telling you, just listening to you, it gets me excited. All that excitement in your voice, and the setup, of course, itself is 2 of my former clubs. But I mean, whenever those 2 meet, something spectacular is going on. The last time, and you said that before, in favor of Werder Bremen, but I certainly hope that my club, where I played the longest in Dortmund, is going to be good tonight. Spectacular things can happen with these 2 lineups, so let's see what happens.
Well, absolutely. Bremen will have been hoping for a bit of rotation, maybe the side not quite so stable. You said to me yourself before kickoff, and I'm afraid I stole that line, that it's a very brave lineup from Florian Kohfeldt.
It is. I mean, just seeing Rashica, Osako and Zelke on the court. I mean, Bittencourt somewhat, he plays the wing, yes, some defensive work, but he wants to show something against his former club, I'm pretty sure. So that's that's offensive players there on the pitch, and it's 4. Usually you expect, in this kind of lineup matchup, you expect maybe Bremen, in the situation they are in, to park the bus a little bit, but that certainly doesn't look that way.
Well, they've benefited from the return of Milos Veljkovic, and also from the man on screen right now, Davie Zelke.
Right.
he chose to come back to Bremen, it was a place where he was, I think, played some of his happiest football.
I think so. He had a good time here, and then he went, to Leipzig, which didn't really work out, Berlin, and certainly under the new coach, he didn't see that future he wanted to see, so he took this step back towards his former club Bremen, and this could be a really nice fit, especially because you only have an older Pizarro who's holding that spot. And of course, with Niklas Füllkrug out, this could be a perfect fit for Bremen.
But we all remember the last time these two sides met, almost a year ago to the day.
Right.
And of course, it was the old man who upset the Dortmund apple cart.
Yeah, he made the difference. This game should have been won early on because Dortmund was looking really good, but Bremen fought till the end, got into extra time, got into penalties, and it was just spectacular. I was doing that game too. I was commentating on that game too, and it was a bummer, but so exciting to see those two go against each other. So let's see what's going on, and I'm certainly hope to see this young gentleman who's done great things, Erling Haaland. So there are some weapons still to come for Dortmund.
He's certainly set the Bundesliga on fire, and 7 goals in just 3 games is absolutely one of those things that you very rarely see. It's in a way, it's like the 5 goals in 9 minutes from Robert Lewandowski. Yeah. Virtually no player starts their first 3 games and scores that many goals.
No, you don't see that often, and he didn't really play all the minutes. It's not just 3 games, it's more like 1.5 game he played, because it's not just a full 90 minutes to his name. So that's just incredible, and he shows so much potential every day in practice. So you see really good things. So there's a lot more to come from Erling Haaland with his 19 years of age.
Well, I was talking earlier on about Bremen not being so fast as a side. You've got Rashica and you've got Bittencourt. They've got a bit of speed to them. David Zelke brings another aspect to the side. But when you look at Dortmund's speed with Hakimi and Schultz, as well as Hazard and Sancho, Royce can run a bit as well.
For sure. Of course, there's more pace to our squad, but the kind of way Dortmund plays it and the opponents let them play doesn't really need that much speed. Of course, you get into counter situations, but mostly you will have possession of the ball. You have to create from that, and it's more like short ways, of course being quick, but it's not like the long speed or the long range speed you need.
Well, defending yourself, it's at the back that Dortmund have been having problems recently, and I say that with a pinch of salt. Obviously, 3 games, 1 scored, 5 goals in each of them, but they have conceded a couple of those, and again, it's a mixed-up back line again. Dan Axel Zagadou, I thought, came on at the weekend, did really well. Hummels and Akanji have started to really get a thing going together, a bond.
The defense is looking good. They have to figure out a few things still, but of course they can do great things together. Hummels in a really good form. Akanji is getting stronger by the week, and to me, the addition of Dan Axel Zagadou is something that it must be a given. He's so talented. To me, one of the strongest defenders we have on the Dortmund team.
Well, that said, we're talking about rotation, but when you look at the bench for Dortmund, it's quality. There's Emre Can, just returned. He's got over that little bout of flu he had on his return from Juventus. He's here on loan. You've also got the even younger Giovanni Reina, Mario Götze, a lot of experience, Erling Haaland, Mahmoud Dahoud, and of course Roman Bürki, should they need him. This promises much, this game, but whether or not there'll be an upset remains to be seen. It just pretty much lies on Werder Bremen. Nice little tifo coming out there for this cup game on their 121st birthday. 1899 the club was founded. What a birthday present it would be today if they could put their name in the hat for the quarter-finals. Guido Winkman, the referee today, assisted by Arno Bloss on the left, Christian Banderski on the right, the 4th official, Frank Willenborg. This round of the cup is where the video assistant referees get involved again. The first couple of rounds there are no VAR decisions, but if needed, Tobias Welz and Frederick Asmuth back in Cologne will get involved today. This is the DFB DFB-Pokal. It is the round of 16. There will be a decision today. There will be no replay. If the sides are still level after 90 minutes, there'll be 2 periods of 15 minutes each way. Extra time followed by a penalty shootout, and if it's still level after that, there will then be sudden death penalties. Let's hope it doesn't get that far. Or do you like penalties, Patrick?
I mean, of course it's up to the outcome, but I want to see a good game, a spectacular game with a clear winner.
Well, I think you speak for a lot of us there. There are some sick people out there that like penalty shootouts, but hopefully they will have to do without one today.
But at least it would be a little bit more football.
So the game gets underway. The visitors in their traditional yellow and black. It's Bremen against Dortmund. Werder against Borussia. 90 minutes plus extra time and penalties if needed. We will see a winner this evening. If you're just joining us, I'm Phil Bonny. I'll be with you throughout the next 90, possibly 120 plus penalties minutes, and so will my co-commentator today, sharing the mic with me, someone who played for both these sides, as well, of course, as Arminia Bielefeld. I should never forget that. Patrick Ormoyela. Patrick, always a pleasure.
It is, Phil. I'm happy that we're doing this thing because it's going to be, I think it's going to be a great game. And whenever we work together, usually great things happen.
Things
so
happen,
that's always fun.
one way or the other. Bremen have lost just one of their last 6 competitive games against Dortmund, a 2-1 away in December 2018. Most memorable last year, almost to the day, on the 5th of February at Signal Iduna Park. Dortmund seemed to have it wrapped up. 2 late goals from the Meister. The master himself, Claudio Pizarro, forced it to penalties. And after that, it all got very weird.
It did.
Certainly for Dortmund fans.
I still remember they should have booked this and closed the deal, but they didn't. They stepped off the gas a little too early, and Bremen took advantage of that.
Well, Claudio Pizarro does have a habit of scoring against Dortmund, but mind you, he's had enough years to do it in. He's played in 4 decades. He's on the bench today. We might see him later on.
It's just crazy to see him still going, and he still has that quality. Obviously not that dynamic he had, but he still has quality and scores, and that's just fantastic. Such a great sportsman too.
Sancho. It's cut out over the top of Akanji. Davy Zelka chasing it. Marvin Hitz clears the ball up. He's played in both the cup games so far. Roman Bürki getting a rest. This is Manuel Akanji. Well, I did say Claudio Pizarro scored a couple of goals. Of course, he just scored the one, but it was a very important one in that tie last time around. Dan Axel Zagadou, Julian Brandt. It was his 2 goals that put out Borussia Mönchengladbach in the last round when it looked as if Gladbach had done enough to get through. There was nothing really from Dortmund, but he just put the fire under them and off they went.
He did. I mean, everybody obviously is talking about Sancho, talking about Haaland in particular these last weeks, but just look at Julian Brandt and the things he does on his new position. He's playing a deeper role, kind of like a 6 or an 8 on the pitch, and that's just fantastic to see how he adapted to that and brings a lot of danger from that new role.
And he has, as you say, been thriving on that. And of course, another former Bremen man, Thomas Delaney, out injured at the moment. He's back in training. He is having to fight for his starting place now.
He surely has. I mean, there's not just the performance of Julian Brandt and obviously Witzel on the position. Delaney fits also. There's Emre Can who can either play. Well, let's see how this works out.
Well, Hakimi's got the ball now, and he's got some speed if he wants to use it. The ball just nodded away from Marco Reus. That was a very necessary header from Kevin Vogt. Summer winter signing for Bremen.
Yeah, it was the first good look on target. Nice cross there, and just a little touch by Vogt, but so needed. But let's go back. I mean, there's still Emre Can who can play that position of Delaney also, so there's going to be a tough fight for him to come back into this team.
First corner of the game, and it goes Dortmund's way. in the Bundesliga. They've scored 4 times from corners this season. Not the hugest amounts. Leonardo Bittencourt up against his former sides with the clearance. Sancho looks over his shoulder. He's got time to gather that ball. Start Dortmund moving in the other direction. The wind whipping into the visitor stadium.
Yeah, but I like the atmosphere that's going on. We're constantly singing from the Bremen fans at the moment. At least the loudest. And I think this is what Florian Kohfeldt is looking for, speed. When they win the ball, they have to be quick. Now Dortmund is back in defense and Bremen takes it all the way back.
Rashica's certainly one to watch. If he scores tonight, he'll have scored in more consecutive cup games than any other Bremen player. And he'll certainly be doing his best. And he's been involved in 7 of the last 11 goals that Bremen have scored in the league. There he is on the ball, very important key player for them.
He is. And he's able to really flick the switch and turn games around with just an action or two. Because he's fast, he's technical, he can score, and he's proven that many times.
Just a moment of concentration from Bremen. They're just slowing it down ever so slightly and trying not to let Dortmund get into their usual rhythm very quickly in this game.
Yeah, they haven't seen much of the first 5 minutes, not much of the ball. They were running behind it mostly. So they take this little breather to control a little bit of the pace.
They did score first in the league game on match day 6. Bittencourt, cut back by Eggestein. Davy Zelke couldn't get there. Now it's Sancho with Brandt. This could be nasty for Bremen. Royce, Brandt, good tackle, Moisander. And that was Davy Klaassen that stuck his foot in there and brought the Dortmund attack to a standstill. This is Osako, the run from Rashica. Marvin Hitz has plenty of time to come and collect that one.
Hakimi was a little too much forward with this one. Could have been a good moment for Rashica when this ball from Osako wouldn't have been too long. But you see how fast it can go from left to right, and that's exactly what I at least expected from this game. And it's good to see that neither is holding back.
Of course, winners of this competition go straight into the Europa League, something that maybe is not on Dortmund's mind because they've got the Champions League pretty much taking up most of their attention. But a cup run for a side like Bremen could be just what they need.
Yeah, that could help, giving a boost for the season also. Gives you a little bit of confidence when you have one or the other good situation, maybe like this one.
Well, you saw how fast Rashica was there. He got in front of Hummels, took the ball off him as well. Zelke wanting to do the same. There's a touch, and it's a free kick.
Yeah, nothing bad, just ran into the legs of Mats Hummels, crossing his lanes. There you see, clever of Mats to get in the way, and of course there was a little trip.
No complaints from either side so far. Kimi to Hazard. And that's also something that the addition of Erling Haaland has done for Lucien Favre here, Dortmund's coach. He's given him more options up front. He's got that central traditional striker in the centre, big, wide.
Right, but is he really that typical number 9? I mean, he's big, he's physically strong, but he plays it differently. So he's really very clever. He adapts to whatever happens in that game. He goes to the side and he likes to play the wings because he has room for that speed and that huge steps he's taken. So he can play, he's very versatile. He can play the typical number 9 with the back towards the goal, but he likes to play with a little bit of room to use his speed.
And he's very fast, yes, that certainly needs mentioning. Somebody else who's quite fast is Jadon Sancho. He's into the box.
Oh.
Nico Schulz,
yeah,
not a slow coach himself, was lurking with intent.
Yeah, very good idea there from Jadon Sancho, but Nico Schulz couldn't keep up with that.
Florian Kohfeldt only loses more to Bayern and Schalke than he does to Dortmund since he's been coach here at Bremen. There is something about this stadium with its traditional floodlights that has a great atmosphere.
I mean, of course, I have a history here. I mean, I have a past here, and I love that stadium, even when it was still the older one with the track in it. Let's see what Bremen is doing here.
Friedel to Rashica. Rashica does well to get the ball. Good control from Friedel. Great technique. Eggestein. Zelke. This is what the home fans want to see. Bittencourt lobs it to the back post. The follow-up. Surely they've got to get a goal here. The crowd are on their feet. They're outnumbered. Klaas. Oh! Davy Klaassen. Ball was always rising, but that certainly got the crowd on their feet.
Yeah, just listen to the crowd. I mean, that was a real good movement. Good from Osako to bring this back on in front of the goal, and then Eggestein had a little bit of trouble controlling that ball after Zelke left it for him, but Klaassen tried to put as much force on that ball as he could, and just a little too high, I think.
Difficult.
Hits, yeah, difficult between all these players, but still, first moment of Werder Bremen, and they show that they're not just here to wait for Dortmund to do something. They want to create themselves.
Moisander. Sancho again. Zagadou. Witsel still wearing the mask. Although I do get the feeling that mask gets smaller every game. I think he's slowly phasing it out.
Yeah, I think it's probably the same one, but I don't know if he uses this too much longer, because obviously he likes to play better without it, but it gives him just a little bit more of yeah, not just control, a better feeling, a little more security.
Certainly in the role that he plays there, right in the middle of the park.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting going on, a lot of challenges. So.
A lot of contact.
Yeah. And you don't want to hold back in that position.
Akanji. Witsel. Brandt lets it run. Sancho. So tricky. Passes straight to Rashica. He waits for support. And I think Bremen have done very well to hold on to Rashica. A lot of clubs were interested in him in the winter.
He performed so well, but it's these guys. I mean, after they had to let go Max Kruse, who wanted to do something else, and he was obviously their main guy, it was really important to keep Eggestein, who was a key factor to that game, in my opinion, and of course to keep Rashica. So that's a good sign. Werder wants to do better. They need good players for that. Obviously, they can't afford all the players they want and need, but they're trying their best.
Bremen getting more into their rhythm now, letting the ball move around for them.
Yeah. And that's what you want. If you really want to challenge Dortmund, you need the ball to that. You can't just play counter-attacks.
Zelke. Friedel's made a great run on the far side. Somebody needs to look up. The flag is up. That's a great run from Friedel.
It was a great one. He was mostly open. It's just he was a little quicker in thought, but we see it's a clear offside from David Zelke. Pretty early though, but obviously the referees have to wait. And you see here that Hakimi didn't even see him. So that could have been a great situation.
Well, Lucien Favre is in his technical area, giving out quite a lot of information and instructions to his players right now. Kimi with the ball, Witsel. We've talked about the mask before in previous games. And you said you tried one out at one point.
Yeah, I needed one after I broke my nose in the winter. I don't know exactly when it was, 2010 or 9. I broke my nose and I had to wear a mask too, but I only used it in practice because it was kind of disturbing me. I felt heavy breathing when I was wearing it.
Well, I just noticed the way Axel Witsel has to really, you can't use your peripheral vision as you would normally.
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
Like
but
driving, you have to look over your shoulder a little bit more.
It's just a little less view, a little less vision you have, and obviously he needs a lot of that, given the position he plays in. It's more easy when you play the wing where you have only to look in one direction, because on the other side there's out of bounds. But in center you need all of your vision, and this mask can take a little bit of that.
Klaassen. Out wide to Friedel. Friedel swaps it over to Bittencourt.
I don't know if we have stats to back that up, but after that 5 minutes where Dortmund was usually alone with the ball, Bremen has now at least leveled that, because they're playing more courageous. They play with the ball instead of just defending and running from left to right.
Well, it's up to about 40-60% right now, according to my statistics.
Yeah, but take out the first 5 and then
it might be very different indeed. That's a good ball. Well spotted. Bittencourt's effort blocked. Brandt tucks it to Hakimi. Oh, it's been given away now. Rashica, the crowd all stand. Rashica shoots. The follow-up into the net by Davy Zelka. That's what they brought him. That's what he's here for. Welcome back to the Weserstadion, Davy Zelka. The crowd here on their feet as Bremen take the leads. They settled things down, they got into their rhythm, and they've rewarded themselves with a goal.
I just said it, they got more and more courageous, and you see here, the first try by Bittencourt blocked, but this one, look at it, Hakimi, just too sloppy, loses the ball easily, then Brandt tries to do something, but can't do much, because he's in the box already. Rashica with the shot, and then Davy Zelka, who just reacts the quickest. That's what he's here for, to be a typical striker, and then you have to go there and do things like this. But this is what happened. Hakimi losing the ball, Brandt has to be careful in the box, and the rest is part of Werder Bremen, Davy Zelka's history.
Now, will that have the effect on Dortmund that Dortmund fans hope?
I mean, Dortmund has showed that they can work with losing moments when they are behind and have to trail. But of course, Werder Bremen won't back down. They want to keep adding to that.
Rashica so fast now. Osako, intuitive ball that had Dan Axel Zagadou not been there would have been perfect for Davy Zelka.
I mean, the first couple of minutes after such a blow to an opponent is a good time to use that to add to that, and that's what Bremen maybe tries to do here, because Dortmund is really surprised. They felt really secure the first couple of minutes, but Bremen got better and better, and they got themselves a little present with the goal from Davy Zelka.
Well, this is an amazing fixture. It's the 5th time that these two sides have met in the round of 16. Yeah. More than any other sides, and so far Bremen have got the edge. They have won 3 of them.
I was betting for that match. When I've seen who's still left in the pot before they were drawn, I said we definitely get Bremen, because that's who we usually get, and it happened again.
Brandt leaves it. Good piece of thinking. That's a little bit more like Dortmund there. The ball from Nico Schulz. Sancho. He spotted Hakimi. Hakimi's first time ball. I think went out for a corner.
Well, I think it's throw-in. Friedel was fast enough to stop that ball from crossing the line. At least that's what the linesman says.
Yep, the ref's assistant indicating it's a throw. Hakimi. I don't think that was quite what he planned, but he got the ball back. Now Mats Hummels. Great ball, Mats Hummels, but Moisander was there to keep it away from Marco Reus, and danger. The captain, vital there.
Again, we see the poor little moment from Achraf Hakimi, who can do so good and so much better. And Florian Kohfeldt obviously likes what he has seen.
What's not to like?
What's not to like?
Now here they come again.
Yeah.
Osako, Rashica looks outside him. Friedel's there, but he goes on his own. Akanji leaves a foot in, and surprised that the referee's not going for his card right there.
Oh, this will be too early. I mean, obviously...
I think he's just warned him. One more and you get a card.
Of course. At least he tried to reach that ball.
Now, Davy Klaassen has come across to speak to Florian Kohfeldt, so more instructions going onto the pitch. He's...
I mean, you asked me before, and then I said it before, but this, I mean, a win in this situation that Bremen is in could give them a real boost for the season, where they're really struggling at the moment. And sometimes it's that straw you're looking for.
Well, it is early days yet. We're only 20 minutes in, but it's a great start for the green and whites against the black and yellows. They're leading by a goal to 0, courtesy of Davy Selke.
And now look at Bremen pressing, winning the ball. Can they do...
Moisander's driven his foot through the ball, and well, Marvin Hitz thought about getting some fingers on that, but pulled them back at the right time.
Yeah, but again, a good moment. I mean, obviously the momentum is on Werder Bremen side at the moment, and Dortmund needs to be careful. They need to be careful not letting the game run away from them early. They haven't had the ball in quite a while with constructive things coming out of it.
Hummels with the header. Schultz wins it back for Dortmund. Hazard not quick enough. Friedel, tenacious, going forward again in numbers. Selke, Bittencourt. He normally pulls the strings, plays the passes, makes things happen. Now Brandt to Sancho. The same applies to Dortmund. Sancho, he's not scored in this competition, and he got caught right on the edge of the box. And you saw how he tried to continue running. He caught him right on the Achilles heel.
Yeah, he tried. He was maybe thinking that Marco Reus could get that ball, but you see a late tackle there from Bittencourt, who tries to reach the ball, but gets a lot of the shin and flicks the other foot of Jadon Sancho. That's why he tried and fell a little later, because he slided into the left leg of Jadon Sancho.
Free kick right on the edge of the box. A yellow card for Leonardo Bittencourt. His first one in the competition this season. Mind you, he only played in one game so far.
And of course he has a little excitement in him, wants to do great things today, because he used to play for Dortmund as well.
Absolutely. He played 5 games, 1 assist and 1 goal, but then moved on for regular football, which happens so often, obviously. A lot of demand for places in the starting 11. Marco Reus, this is his sort of territory. We've seen time and again that Reus likes to score against Bremen. They're I think they are his favourite side to score against.
Got
Not this time.
Yeah.
I mean, a corner, the second of the game.
Ball was actually looking quite good. Wasn't in the right direction, but
wasn't dipping hard enough right at the end. And to be fair, Gigi Pavlenka was underneath it. Brandt, deep. Reus was the target. One of the men's gone down. A defender is in the net, but he's got out real quick. Oh, superb overhead kick. That was very nice indeed. And Mats Hummels showing he's still got a little bit of movement for an old fella.
He's all smiles because he knows he usually can't do things like that. He's more better with a hat usually, but that was a good moment there for Dortmund. A great chance to level.
Good save from Pavlenka. Only 1 clean sheet in the Bundesliga this season for Gigi Pavlenka. Brandt. Pavlenka's punched that one straight up towards the penalty spot. not cleared it. Hazard under pressure.
And now look at the crowd.
Bittencourt firing up the crowd. He's firing up himself, and Bremen are very up for this game.
I mean, they use all of that, all of the scenes. Oh, and look at this, Friedl saving this one from maybe going in directly. And then this scene, Mats Hummels, Pavlenka with a good reaction. But Bremen is using every little moment to create a little tension and excitement on the stands.
Well, you saw the excitement on the faces of Matthias Sammer and
not so much.
Aki Watzke there. They were very excited. Hans-Joachim Watzke. The two men who run the show really for Dortmund. It's a long ball, hoping that Zelke will be able to get on the end of it, but Hakimi is there instead.
Dortmund is looking now for new ideas. They haven't found really the way beside of that, or aside of that corner we just saw and everything that happened around that. Dortmund didn't find a way towards goal now, up to now.
Sancho is somebody that can unlock defences. He very nearly did just a couple of minutes ago, but he was fouled. Now Brandt faked to shoot, keeps possession into the box. Nico Schulz's cross is blocked.
And he gets applauded for that. Leo Bittencourt just blocking that ball.
Well, this is always the danger when you're up against a side like Dortmund that are used to scoring a lot of goals, like Bayern. Scoring a goal early against them just kind of annoys them and spurs them on to greater deeds. But if you've got the wherewithal to keep them at arm's length, which at the moment Bremen certainly have been showing that they can.
Yeah, you don't want to poke the bee's nest too early, that's right, but still Dortmund has to figure out a way to be more dangerous.
That one played behind Brandt was no good for him. Now Osako, as soon as he looks up, he looks to see where Rashica is. Rashica chases the ball. Akanji's there in front of him.
Yeah, Akanji has a good speed to him, so not just physically strong, he's fast too, so this was no real threat for him.
But that is one of the problems that they have on this this near side, is that Hakimi does like he's great going forwards, and if Akanji is called away, there is that hole behind him that Friedl very nearly exploited earlier on.
And you have to say that obviously Hakimi likes thinking forward more than he likes to defend or thinking defensively, so he can still add to that.
Hazard. Florian Kohfeldt in his technical area is still very, very animated indeed. There's Erling Haaland.
He seems relaxed. He knows exactly he can come on and change things.
Emre Can and Mario Götze at the back. I wonder if and when we'll get to see any of those three gentlemen this evening.
Oh, I'm sure that we will see Erling Haaland no matter what the score will be. Another poor control there from Zagadou this time. And this could
there was
be
a little foot high there. Referee allowing play to continue.
Foot high, but there was a hand involved also. Let's see if we hear from that.
The gentleman in the cellar.
Yep, in Cologne.
Friedl. What great speeds. He's got almost the better of Manuel Akanji.
Yeah, but I just told you, Akanji is fast. I mean, and there you see it was more of the chest than the arm, really. So good that nothing came out of the cellar.
No news from Köln, and Florian Kohfeldt on the touchline having a quick word with Kevin Vogt. But right now it's the first corner of the game for Bremen.
It's a lot of talking there on the sideline between the players and Florian Kohfeldt. He has a lot of...
Lots of instructions. Ball is delivered, hits the first defender. Bettencourt tees up a shot. Oh, it's an absolute blinder! What a strike from Leo Bettencourt! That is pure magic from the Brazilian. What a strike! That is going to be the goal of the round. I would put money on it.
Yeah, that was a good-looking shot. I have to give you that. And I just told you that Leo Bettencourt is trying things tonight. He's trying to leave an impression and maybe show that he was worth more than just being an additional player. And with this shot, he has proven things up in the left corner from his looks, from his side of views. First, a little poor control, but then this banger up in the upper left corner of the net.
That is football filth. My goodness, that's a great shot. Now Dortmund have to really dig deep.
They really have to think, yeah.
They've had it all their own way in the league since the turn of the year, but now people will be asking questions.
It's just something about that fixture that suits Bremen.
Half an hour gone, 2 goals for the home side. Werder Bremen, one must never forget, in their time were one of the real big boys. Back when I started commentating, 2003, 2004, they did the double. They were seeing off all kinds of opposition, left, right and centre. Fallen on slightly harder times, probably since you left, Patrick.
I see, yeah, I think so.
But they're certainly putting in a good shift today. Dortmund will have to regroup, concentrate. Half-time's coming up. Lucien Favre with a difficult job now to raise the team to get back into this.
Of course, of course. I didn't see the Dortmund that we saw early in the season where they're taking things too slow to the beginning. Actually, they started okay, but they didn't, they didn't add it to that. They just kept going kind of okay. And Bremen felt that. They got more and more brave. And then suddenly they scored. That gave them another little boost of confidence. And now they're trying things, playing risky, playing forward. And Dortmund has to ask the question, what to do here?
It's a full stadium, 42,000 fans. And they're looking for their third goal, played in behind Rashica. That's not going to help him, and they're going to have to watch out for Dortmund breaking, because that's what they like to do. And now it's Torgan Hazard. He's got Hakimi in support. Royce in the centre. At the back, Sancho. They've lost momentum. They've lost the precision in the passes.
There could have been better things coming from that. Now Bremen is all back in defense.
Plant has the ball blocked. Well, this matchup last season was an absolute classic of cup football. It went backwards and forwards, and they're not disappointing again this season.
No, it was kind of the same way, but just the other way around.
First touch from Selke is really good. Plenty of yellow and black shirts back.
Things are going for Bremen at the moment, and look at the things they're doing right now. It feels so encouraged by the mistakes, the little mistakes Dortmund is offering.
Well, they gave Bettencourt too long to tee up that shot.
Yeah.
And he's a player who's got the technical ability and the class to pull off something like that.
He was too wide open, obviously. I mean, he could even allow himself a not so well first touch, and still had the time to let that shot rip off. It's just...
Well, of course, I did say he's of a Brazilian heritage. He actually was born, of course, in Germany. Before anybody writes in.
Just listening to the fans, they're absolutely loving what they're having at the moment.
Royce. Hazard for Hakimi. Hazard again. Hakimi again. Hakimi will try and get around Klaassen, but that's not so easy.
Oh, Bremen is defending well.
And I get the feeling they're going to need to, because this game is far from over. We're 35 minutes in, 2-0 to Bremen.
Hey, you mentioned that they still have some weapons on the bench.
A couple.
I mean, first and foremost, Erling Haaland is the one Lucien Favre would be looking for.
Lance corner is headed away. Schultz to Witzel. Hummels. Zagadou to Brandt. Outside on this near side now, Jadon Sancho. Oh, there's a little slip in the box. Can't afford to do that. The two number 7s.
Yeah, can't allow so much space to Jadon Sancho in the box usually. This time he was stopped. Dortmund needs to answer before half-time.
Well, Sancho has swapped wings now. He's on the right-hand side for Dortmund. The wind getting up a little bit inside the Weser Stadion. Emotions too. Oh, that's a beautiful piece of skill from Rashica. Now, Zelke. They're doing everything right at the moment, Patrick.
Yeah, and Dortmund is outplayed somehow these last couple of minutes. You really need to be careful, because a 3-goal deficit is nothing that would finish this game, but it would be really hard to come back from that. So maybe now.
Hakimi needs to play the ball. Very nearly lost it. Witzel just inside the penalty box, tries the shot. Now Hakimi, he likes to shoot too.
Just
Great tackle from Eggestein.
Yeah, just look at how every Bremen player is throwing himself in the way, and the crowd loves it, absolutely love it.
Referee indicates play on.
It's a great atmosphere in this stadium.
Next goal will be massive. If Dortmund pull themselves back into the game, it could turn around their fortunes, but if Bremen get a third, my goodness, that's going to be tough then.
In my opinion, Dortmund takes a little bit too much time.
You'd like to see the ball moving a little bit faster.
Yeah, just a little faster. Keep them running, keep them going.
One or two touches and then move it on.
Bremen has too much time of positioning themselves right. You have to let them think, and don't overthink it to yourself. Play on, come on.
Sancho keeping Bittencourt very busy, and Bittencourt had to foul him in the end.
But he has to be careful, and that's what the referee is telling him now. Guido Winkman, don't overdo it. You booked already. See?
Sancho taking his gloves off. Don't know what that means. He's throwing him on the side of the pitch. I think he's warm now.
Yeah, and if he uses that to his advantage, that's a good thing, but don't let him get into your head. Don't let the opponent get into your head by giving you a nick or two.
Royce, calm and collected as he normally is.
Couple of more minutes before halftime, and if Dortmund can score, that's good. If not, I'm quite sure we'll see some substitutions at halftime.
Well, there are games coming up, of course, against Leverkusen at the weekend coming up, followed by a game against an away game, a home game, sorry, against Frankfurt. Rashica won't get there.
Nah, we had that matchup before. So far, it's 3-0 for Rashica, but the score is 2-0 for Werder Bremen. 3-0 for Akanji, sorry, in that personal matchup with Rashica.
I knew what you meant. I'm sure the people at home did too. Hazard, Hakimi,
Again, too long.
Too long.
Everybody's
He's in
back.
trouble. He's going to have to play it back.
And all the way back you go.
Hummels. He'll look for a chink in the armour. Good movement from Brandt. Oh, it's over the top. And he's tried to blast it from a very narrow angle.
I mean, it was just Marco Reus in front of the goal, but this ball could have been dangerous when he would have reached it or kept it in the right height. Just a little too high.
If you don't shoot, you don't score, do you?
That's right.
And that you could actually underline that by looking at what Leonardo Bittencourt did.
Yeah, that was real proof.
The cameras keep lingering on Erling Haaland as if they're trying to give a suggestion to Lucien Favre. But I think he's probably got a good idea of what he's going to do.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. But you can't expect Erling Haaland to turn games around every weekend. That guy's 19 years old. He promises big things with all the quality he has shown and all the goals he has scored, but you can't rely on that every game. The team needs to do a little bit of work themselves.
I'm sure that Dortmund will protect him as far as possible and not see that too much rests on his shoulders every week. At 19, he's really enjoying his football. You can see that. Sancho as well, another 19-year-old. Gio Reyna as well, the 17-year-old. A lot of youth, and that sometimes can be a positive thing. Sometimes you need a few wise old heads like Mario Götze and Marco Reus in there as well and Mats Hummels, of course, on the ball there to just steady the ship.
Right. I mean, it's a lot of pressure for these young guys to be in that position, to be this much important as Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland already are, and Gio Reyna maybe will be in the near future. So you don't want to overdo it by just, putting too much or add too much pressure to them.
Just about 3 or 4 minutes to go until the break. Werder Bremen lead by 2-0. Goals from Davy Selke and Leonardo Bittencourt mean that Bremen, quite rightly, are in front at the moment. Dortmund having trouble breaking down that Bremen back line. Sancho.
And again, it's Bittencourt who gets in between, steals the ball away from Jadon Sancho. They have another matchup there, and again, Bittencourt coming out as the winner.
Oh, swiftly done by Davy Selke. Has he got the speed to get around Zagadou? Well, he might, but he's not got past Manuel Akanji, who's a little boxed in all on his own. That'll be a free kick.
Yeah, that might have hurt too.
Mats Hummels goes straight over to remonstrate with Eggestein.
Yeah, with every little situation, the crowd is following their players. Bremen is definitely not playing like the position they're having in the league right now. And neither does Dortmund.
Hakimi is free. Dortmund would really benefit from a goal now just before half-time. But to be honest, I can't see where it's going to come from at the moment.
That's right, everything is looking okay. They control the ball in midfield from time to time. But going forward, Bremen finds a way to stop them every time.
Well, they've had about 65% of the ball, Dortmund, but it's not done them any good.
You even would have expected more. And
Give
again,
it away. Hazard has stayed down. He's the only one in the stadium. There's a slip. Davy Selke's through. Can he make it 3? Not this time. The save from Marvin Hitz.
I was just about to say, good things will come to those who try. And man, does Davy Selke try things today. But he might have hurt himself. I see him limping back a little bit.
Meanwhile, Nico Schulz leads the attack with Marco Reus and now Axel Witsel. Half-time approaches. Jadon Sancho. Nice little turn from him.
Yeah, they don't see him. He lies all the way back on the other side of the pitch.
Well, half-time is coming. Osako. The ball kicked out as far as Mats Hummels. He looks around and there'll be a throw-in so that Davy Zelka can receive treatment. Well, that would be a blow if he has to go off.
Yeah, I think he...
On the bench, Josh Sargent, of course.
The referee gives the sign for substitution.
I think he wants him to go off for treatment.
No, he actually did the sign for substitution, so maybe he was asking. But we'll see again. That was no foul from Moisander stealing that ball. And now look at Davy Zelke. Actually, a little bit of luck. Both him controlling the ball, he did the way he did.
I think there might have just been a light piece of contact with Dan Axel Zagadou.
No, I don't think there wasn't much. But he hurt himself in the thigh, so there was no contact in the thigh. So it might have been the groin area or the thigh that he's showing to his medical staff.
Well, he's still on the touchline, away to our left.
He wants to come back on the pitch, so at least he's trying. And maybe it's just because there's only a couple of seconds
left
until
in
the
this first half. He's beckoned back on by the referee. Little touch there from Hazard. Plant. That's cleared. There's just a minute of time to be added on, but Josh Sargent is ready to come on, but he won't have to because that's the half-time whistle. The first 45 minutes is over, and it's exactly what Werder Bremen wanted on their 121st birthday. They lead by 2-0. Davy Zelka and Leonardo Bittencourt, the difference. That's 45 minutes over, but there are still 45 minutes at least to come. Well, that wasn't quite how Dortmund planned their first half, was it, Patrick?
No, I don't think too many in the stadium expected what happened in this first half. Great start from Dortmund, but after 5 minutes, Bremen found a way to get more and more courageous, and they used it. Boy, did they use it to themselves, scoring twice.
Well, there is still another half to come. I hope you can join Patrick Obermayela and myself for it. We'll be back in about 15 minutes, unless you're watching on a recording, and then you can just fast forward right now. Bye for now.
Welcome back, everybody, down here on the pitch with our expert Patrick Ovomoyela. Well, it's kind of a bit of surprise. Werder Bremen is leading. How do you sum it up?
Yeah, not many would have expected this to happen. Dortmund started kind of well, but Bremen got more and more courageous, turned things around, and boy, did they score a couple of goals and had a couple of looks to even add to that. So Dortmund really has to ask themselves what they can do better in the second half.
And after the first goal of Selke, you could see Florian Kohfeldt, he was screaming it all out. He's such a young coach and he's feeling so much pressure at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look at the position Bremen is in, and in such a game, in the way they played it at the moment with the win, that could give so much to the club and to Florian Kohfeldt and his team going forward in the season. So, of course, they feel the tension, and when you have a game like that, a little bit of this gets out.
So you said Dortmund has to ask what they have to do better. What would you suggest?
I mean, I would think about substitution early, not wait too long for that, because Bremen is looking dangerous at the moment. You have Erling Haaland on the bench. He has enough gas in the tank for 45 minutes and maybe a little bit more, but he was so important to this game. And Dortmund doesn't really find bright ideas towards the goal of Pavlenka at the moment.
Yeah, they don't get through the defense. So Erling Haaland, he could be a very big option because he scored 7 goals in only 3 matches.
That's exactly right. But I don't know if it's his kind of game, because Bremen doesn't have to do much anymore. They can't wait what Dortmund has to offer. And Haaland works better with a little bit of room. So he has to prove if he can be a real typical number 9 with the back towards the goal and create and score from that also.
So do you think it's getting tight again?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, just for the fun of it, and of course because I'm holding it for Dortmund. So let's hope so.
Okay, I understand. Thank you so much. Enjoy the second half, everybody.
für unseren Verein und für diese Mannschaft, die jetzt auf euch hören kann, denn sie steht im Tunnel. Hier ist Werder! Auf geht's, Jungs!
Welcome back to the Weser Stadion. It's 2-0 to the home side. They come out with a spring in their step, to say the very least, and it's gloves off time for Borussia Dortmund. The man of the moment makes his DFB-Pokal debut. Erling Haaland on for Dortmund. We all remember what happened when he made his debut for Dortmund in the league. What's he got up his sleeve today? And they are long sleeves, I can tell you, because it's very cold here in the Weser Stadion. Second half kicks off with the home side 2 goals up, and they were worth their lead in the first 45 minutes. Now, Dortmund will have to dig deep, avoid the balloons. The birthday balloons are on the pitch. It's their 121st birthday. As a little present for them, we brought along Patrick Moyela to sit next to me, and I'd just like to say it's really good to have a big defender type sat next to you, because he works as a bit of a wind block as well, which is quite useful.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for that, Patrick.
Yeah, I'll block all of that for you. I do that. That's what I do. That's what I do.
A blocker is, of all things, both balls and width. It's been a fascinating first half.
Yeah.
Dortmund, perhaps after winning by scoring 5 goals in their first 3 games of the season, a little too overconfident coming into this, do you think?
Yeah, I asked myself that question, were they too comfortable going into this game? I mean, they started off really well, first 5 minutes, everything under control. No real chances. I mean, besides that one free kick from Marco Reus and that one cross from Hakimi, was it? That was just deflected to a corner. But besides that, no real danger on the target of Pavlenka. And after 5, 6, 7 minutes, Bremen got more and more comfortable with the situation and with the things they created, and came closer and closer to their goal of Dortmund, and rightfully scored.
Jadon Sancho dispossessed, and Bremen looking to break. But they're going to have to be very careful, aren't they, Dortmund? They will want to get straight at Bremen, get themselves back in the goal, get a connection with the game again, to make it 2-1, but they might just get caught. Rashica's lurking. Davy Zelka's still on the pitch.
Bremen is looking good. Yeah, Davy Zelka's still on pitch after he got knocked up a little just before half-time. But he seems to be fine again with the little thigh thing he had. No, it's dangerous. Bremen is really looking good in this game. They deserve the lead. Of course, it was a spectacular goal by Bittencourt, and it doesn't happen all too often. But I mean, good things, and I said that before, good things will come to those who try. And Bremen is doing more of it at the moment.
Erling Haaland on for Tom Hazard. Swap places in the other direction in their league game at the weekend against Union Berlin. Sancho. We've seen a lot of balls played in behind people this evening.
That's the first action of Erling Haaland. Gets a good free kick from a good position. And this will be a game now where he gets tested to not just be a wing. Oh, that's a lot of
contact there from Moisander.
Yeah, a lot of effort there by Moisander coming in from behind. But he kind of slipped himself there. But now Erling Haaland has to play this game differently because he has to, be up front, be physical, use his back towards the goal, and do things from that. And that's different to all the other games where he had a lot of room to work in. He scored goals from counters. So it's a different game today. We'll see how he handles that.
Marco Reus goes for goal. It's straight into the wall. Nico Schulz gives away a foul, and the home fans are insisting on a yellow card. And they've got one.
Yeah, it was kind of like a tactical foul there. Nico Schulz just wanted to stop this counter-attack from happening. That's why he got booked. And now you see Davy Selke coming off, so he's not well. He tried again, tried to solve his problem at halftime, but didn't work out.
And important games coming up for Bremen, or very important, against Union Berlin. They're here in this stadium. That's when they will think that they should have a good chance of winning.
Yeah, that's of course more important. The games against those you are struggling with to avoid relegation in the Bundesliga, and maybe that's why they keep him out. But he was looking good in this game. He had a lot of actions going on. He scored. He almost scored a second, and he worked those defenders of Dortmund pretty well.
So Davy Selke comes off. Josh Sargent comes on, and he's straight into the action. Cuts it back, and that'll be a corner.
This is what gives Bremen more and more confidence. These kind of actions, even though nothing comes, I mean, they get a corner, but nothing serious damage-wise for Dortmund, but still they get so comfortable with these situations. Dortmund needs something they can build on. Some action in front of the goal of Pavlenka.
It's deep, headed away by the Bremen defence. Manuel Akanji got his head on that one. Out by Reus, back by Klaasen. Rashica, Sargent trying to turn. Mats Hummels with a level head and a well-placed pass calms things down for the visitors. These two sides once met in the final back in 1989. Dortmund won their second cup final 4-1 on that occasion. Current sporting director Michael Zorc of Dortmund played for Dortmund in that game.
Of course, those famous goals from our stadium announcer, Nobby Dickel.
As did Norbert Dickel, I was about to say, who just walked past us taking his seat earlier on.
So again, well positioned there from Bremen, and then a poor pass from Zagadou.
And then a poor pass from Sargent just to level things up.
Yeah, but Dortmund can't allow any more of these sloppy moments. Bremen has a tendency to use them to their advantage. Again, poor pass.
Witzel. Schulz. The captain, Marco Reus. Now Sancho, Witzel again. Akanji to Hakimi. This is a little better from Dortmund. Brandt cuts it back towards the tall figure of Erling Haaland, but Bremen put in the challenge. Looking for that movement of Haaland, just like he did against Berlin. Another chance. Oh, Sancho with the shots. It was blocked though. Rashica.
Nico Schulz has to be careful, so he's not stopping Rashica really. And
they're so fast when they get to break. Rashica's certainly a danger every time he gets the ball.
That's right, but first it's a good thing to see Dortmund tries now. They have to keep doing that.
Schulz weighs up the cross, curls nicely towards Royce. They had time to see it coming, the Bremen defence, and have defended it appropriately. Sancho's ball is inaccurate. Hummels chases back, just shields it before Marvin hits.
Dortmund stays pushing.
They need to do something, otherwise they're out of the cup as it stands.
Which of course is just one of the competition they're still in. But of course you want to keep it that way as long as possible to have a chance of, or many chances to win something at the end of the season.
Zagadou to Schulz, back to Dan Axel Zagadou. Another youngster in the Dortmund ranks. That one too far ahead of Hakimi.
Just a little misunderstanding, but you have to stay there. You have to keep applying pressure on Bremen, not allow them to breathe easily.
Sargent's first touch let him down. Dortmund have the ball again. Now, we should have possibly seen some of this coming. Bremen have scored 28 goals before this game in the Cup. Since last season to this season, they scored a lot in the early rounds, of course, against lower league opposition, but they're used to scoring.
Yeah, they are. And I don't know why, but they like to play Dortmund in the Cup, not just from after last year's win against Dortmund. And of course, it's always good to have a big name as your opponent, because a win would mean so much more than just the next round or 3 points when it's in the league. It gives you just more confidence.
Time is moving on, 10 minutes into the second half. Most of the ball has been with the visitors as they try and get themselves back into the game. Osako rather dramatically going down in the end, but he was the one that gave the foul away.
Yeah, and he hurt his hand because he wants to, and he doesn't need it. Here's the foul from Osako. That's a clear one. He first blocks the body of Witzel and then gets the ball, and then he wants to just, you know, stop Dortmund from play on. He has absolutely no job doing so.
Well, I think he paid the price there. Fingers stinging in this cold air.
Oh, yeah.
Brandt, nice little flick from Haaland. Erling Haaland, everybody jumps up. Now the chance for Nico Schulz. Clearance by Bremen.
Look how furious Haaland is because he didn't get that ball back.
He wanted to shoot, couldn't find the room. He's combining really nicely with Nico Schulz, who has had the benefit of 2 attempts now.
Yeah, but that's the first good moment from Erling Haaland there. I thought he had a moment where he could just shoot after a little back and forth with Marco Reus. Now there's Leo Bittencourt in the way, and then it took a little too long for Nico Schulz to get that ball off. Otherwise, it could have been a great situation.
Headed away by Velkovic, who, since he's had his hair cut, is not so easy to recognise.
Right, and Pavlenka needed a little treatment, or his own man slided into him there. But play goes on.
Rashica tries to get past the Kanji.
No.
And
at least in this matchup, Dortmund is the winner at the moment. Those two Akanji and Rashica, but good to see those two fighting against each other. But with every minute played now, Bremen gets more and more confident to win this one.
Run from Bittencourt. Try and take Schultz on if he can. Schultz in his way. Royce tidies it up. Dan Axel Zagadou's ball is intercepted. Eggestein, he'll try one now. His shot blocked. Poked away by Hummels. Sancho and Hakimi is bundled over in the end by Friedel.
Yeah, I think Hakimi made the most of it. It was a difficult situation. Running towards the line, collecting that foul was clever.
Good movement from Witsel.
And now with a little bit of pace over the wing.
Schultz has been finding some room down this near side. Sancho. Brandt. He was the one that spurred them on to victory against Gladbach. There was a shot and a hint of hand in there. I don't know if you saw that, Patrick.
Yeah, I saw something. I don't know what I saw yet.
I think it might have come off his thigh, though, which under the new rules would not...
Exactly, it was deflected, but a good situation from Julian Brandt. And then deflected by the lower left leg, and I think it was all stomach.
Yeah.
It was all stomach, but even though it was deflected shortly before, so it wouldn't have counted as a penalty anyways.
Corner has been taken. And cleared. Big thump up into the night sky, bringing a roar from the crowds. The further away from their own goal, the better.
Dortmund a little bit more forceful, I would say, in this first 15 of the second half. A little bit more meaning to everything they tried.
Sancho's working this side now. Velkovic got a good challenge in.
Schultz is still on the ground.
Didn't like it. I don't think there was anything wrong with it, per se.
I'd flick his ankle a little bit. Now we see it, step back. Oh, got stepped on by Velkovic, yeah.
Actually, he might have had a case. Yes.
Not enough for a foul, though. Says Guido Winkman, the referee.
Dortmund have been eliminated in just one of their last 20 cup away games. That was at Bayern a couple of seasons ago in this round. They've scored in all their last 20 away games as well, which they in the cup, but they haven't managed that so far today, and they'll need to do it. Otherwise, it's cup run over. Haaland. Good ball. Good take from Royce. Tried to create something. Haaland was on it quickly, but Bremen quicker to react. Zagadou will get there in front of Josh Sargent.
Marco Reus so far an unlucky evening. He's involved in a lot of things, but not the best of luck so far.
Kanji to Hakimi. In the centre is Haaland. He'll be one of the targets. It'll be another corner. Bremen have conceded 9 times this season in the Bundesliga from corners, but Dortmund haven't really been testing them with corners because corners isn't really their thing.
It's
Open play goals are
yeah.
what they specialise in.
Even though they have the physiques to do so, I mean, Akanji, Hummels, Zagadou, Witsel, they all, and Haaland, of course, they all are up there.
Sarko got his head on that. That will get a chance to deliver another ball. No. Sancho. Kevin Vogt. And the back heel was a clever idea, but it just went out of touch.
Sometimes the easiest things get you there.
2 minutes past the hour, and it's still 2-0. Goals from Davy Zelke, who had to go off early in the second half with an injury, it looks like, to his thigh, and heat seeker from Leonardo Bittencourt. The difference between the two sides, and Bremen very much worth their leads. Have played well with thoughts as a team, and here they come again. This will be easy though for Hits. Rashica is fast, but he's not quite that fast now. Hakimi. Dortmund's counter-attacking is legendary this season. Royce.
Oh, I think he could have gotten to that one. Stopped a little early, in my opinion. Oh, I would like to see Dortmund grinding a little more, just, you know, showing a little bit more that they really want this. Well played. Maybe now well. And there's a foul.
Sancho.
Oh, be careful, Marco. Even though you have the band on the arm. And there you have it.
Yellow cards for Marco Reus for protesting just a little too much for the referee's liking.
I mean, I think he was right. There was a foul, and Guido Winkman should have called it. But of course, you can't do it in that way. I mean,
well,
and Sancho already played into the direction of Marco Reus. That's why he's so upset. It wasn't a bad one, but it maybe could have been a foul. But of course, you have to control yourself a little better. Since there's this new rule, they're complaining should be booked if it's too much.
Even with the captain's armbands. Bremen coming again, and Sargent stood on the ball.
Oh, interesting. Didn't see that too often.
Sancho. Well, as I said before, against Gladbach, Julian Brandt on the ball now. 179 seconds, 2 goals, turned the game around. They're going to need something similar. Hakimi, all on his own.
But you have to make more of what you get, because Bremen is not really offering a lot tonight.
Good jump from Sancho, knocked on by Brandt. Only Erling Haaland in the centre. Witzel on the edge of the box. Royce is in there now as well. That wasn't the best of clearances from Kevin Vogt. It'll be another corner.
And there will be somebody else added to that game. Gio Reyna is coming on in second, the young American.
Teammate, of course, Josh Sargent.
Gets on for Danax Zagadou. So that's a clear sign to add a little bit more offensive power.
So now what will we see? Will they rejig at the back? Will Nico Schulz, will they make it 4 at the back now?
Yeah, they can play 4 back, of course. I mean, Nico Schulz could even be a part of the 3 back with maybe Gio Reyna playing the left wing. That's something he can do. He plays it in youth from time to time. So the 17-year-old American is very capable of playing different occasions, and for the moment it looks as though he's playing the left wing now.
Another one of the very young players that Dortmund have introduced over the years. Nuri Sahin, of course, the youngest on the bench for Bremen today, but he's not getting a look in at the moment. But Brandt has. Erling Haaland does what he's doing every single game, and that is finding the target. Dortmund back in it, but it's Julian Brandt's ball that has caused the trouble there. But the finishing from that young man, he's got the nose. He just knows where to be.
Exactly. I mean, it was playing fantastic. It all started with Julian Brandt, and then he was the last to touch it before Erling Haaland does his expertise. Good eye from Sancho there, finds Brandt again, and the ball might have been in goal by himself without the touch of Erling Haaland, but just to be sure.
He's got that striker's nous. He knows
it is crazy
where the right place to be is. He runs into the space.
It's absolutely crazy. I mean, and I said that before, every day in practice, that's a good change of wings there.
Bittencourt waited too long, I think.
Yeah. Every day in practice, you see him doing that. He's exactly where he needs to be. As soon as something is developing, he wants to be involved in it, and that's what makes him so strong. And now there's
Dortmund are up and flying. This is oh, Joe! Gio Reyna very nearly got the equaliser.
Yeah, he's still young. He can still learn, but he gets in this position, and that's the good thing. A little nervous, maybe.
It's game on now.
It's game on. Dortmund is back in this game, but they have to keep on going and make Bremen nervous. Of course, Bremen feels the pressure now, since this win would be so much more important or worth more than it would be for Dortmund, actually, even though that's a bad thing to say, but it is fact.
Hakimi. His cross isn't dealt with brilliantly. Moisander again up into the sky. Now it's gone. Kanji's cushioned header is too far in front of Hakimi. Well, we see the goal again, or the goal attempt rather.
The first touch wasn't bad. I like the effort of Bittencourt. He might have had a little touch on that ball, which was enough to make it harder for Gio Reyna.
Totally agree.
He risked a lot though. Could have been booked the second time if it was a foul and a penalty. But still, I mean, he's 17 years old. He might have been overthinking this one a little bit. And again,
behind Bittencourt, he'll have to come and gather it. That slows the momentum down slightly. Bremen still in the lead, 2-1. Erling Haaland, the Norwegian wunderkind, gets his first Bundesliga goals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now he's got one in the cup, but it doesn't matter because Rashica's got one, but let's just see.
Yeah, it was close.
It was close, that might have been offside. I'm not so sure. Patrick, of course, as Borussia Dortmund's international ambassador, will be hoping that that stays.
That's a good goal. That was a brilliant pass, exactly in the right moment.
Rashica unleashes another bolt from the blue.
Yeah, there's nothing to discuss.
I don't think that one will be called.
So we might have to talk a little bit about Marvin Hitz. It was a good shot from Rashica to the lower left corner, but
that is a new club record. Milot Rashica for the sixth time in a row in a cup game scores. He goes in front of quite a few very big names with that. Hans-Dieter Hasebrink, Uwe Reinders and Winton Rufer. I wonder if Winton's watching this evening. I'm sure he is. What a time he'll be having.
And even though Bremen has shown in this game that they are dangerous, this came out of the blue because Dortmund was all force at the moment.
It's a classic though, isn't it? They were just on the edge of getting the equaliser, pushing everything forward, and then zoom, Bremen go up the other end and make it 3-1.
And now it's less than 20 minutes for Dortmund to find a way back, leveling and maybe get an extra time out of this.
Well, you know what happened last time? Completely the other way around.
It looked quite similar the other way around, exactly.
Royce, too much, too far away from Haaland. Rashica will be absolutely delighted with that.
Yeah, good first touch, good speed, good shot. No left corner. I think Marvin might have touched it, Marvin Hitz. Oh, almost.
It's a good pass as well from Osako.
Right, great pass, exactly in the right moment. Hard to defend.
Plant waits for the run. Oh, Haaland is brilliant. Oh, he's finishing this time, lets him down. You can't score every time. But it was great movement.
He scored from a much worse angle than this one. But good run of Erling Haaland. Good look by Julian Brandt. Nice pass, nicely put through there. And this could have been the second goal of Haaland today.
Brandt is inspiring the team a little bit again. There's not been a lot from Marco Reus today.
No, I said that. A little unlucky. He was involved in many moments, but couldn't get something out of it.
Good pressure by Hummels.
Dortmund needs to score quick, just to keep the hopes up.
Reina. Schultz. Reina wanted the ball back. He's just hungry for the ball all the time.
Bremen defending deeper, but of course, why not?
Still with that 2-goal lead. Reina hooks that ball to Schultz very nicely, but Schultz's ball has been intercepted.
Oh, that was a very rough pass there from Witzel. But Dortmund gets it back.
Well, is another big name going to go out this evening? Leipzig had their scalp taken by Frankfurt earlier on, and Bremen are all over Dortmund at the moment. They're 3-1 up. This is Rashica. He's looking for someone else to pass the ball to. Dortmund seem to have just stalled. The engine has gone.
It's exciting, actually. I mean, it goes left to right now. So, who lands the next punch? That's a good question. This could be a real knockout.
Said earlier on. Oh, that looked to be out of them. That looked to be outside to me, but Sargent was offside.
Oh, lucky for Marvin Hitz.
Lucky for Marvin Hitz there. I thought we were going to see Marvin Hitz get into some trouble there. Very fortuitous.
Oh, actually, what would have been the rule? Would it have been like booked and a free kick, or would it have been more than that?
Certainly a yellow card.
No, this is no good. No look pass is not what you need at the moment.
The speed of Rashica. Will he beat Akanji this time? Nope.
Oh, yes, he did.
Not as easily as he wanted to. Sargent, it goes over his head. Witzel's got plenty of time to gather. But now Dortmund just have to come forward. They've got 15 minutes left. They've got 2 goals to score. And they're being outdone on the counters at the moment by a Bremen side who can smell, taste and feel that there's a win here.
Of course, Dortmund has to risk a little bit more, but they have to be aware of the danger that Bremen and Rashica is bringing to them. This one's too easy. Things are flying from left to right here. It's windy down there.
Now a chance to cross something. Schultz did well to get a shot away there. Time was short, but it was blocked.
All the way back into Dortmund's half of the pitch.
Good block. Sancho. Hakimi, now Brandt. Friedel tries to dig it out, but his clearance is blocked. Yes, it's very windy in this stadium. And this was one of the first stadiums I ever commentated live in, and it was in this stadium that I decided that it's best to stick my notes down.
Yeah,
and I have done ever since.
Okay.
It was this stadium, you might hear me tell the story sometimes of seeing a colleague's notes fly past me. It was in this very stadium.
Okay, I see.
That's why I stick them down.
I was just asking myself, is it the wind actually, or is it all these flags waved by the fans of Bremen on that one side?
Well, they've certainly got reason to wave their flags at the moment. Their side is 3-1 up against Dortmund. Bremen a side with cup pedigree, of course. Apart from Bayern, nobody's won it more times than they have. Good turn from Brandt. He's run out of room. Reina tries his luck. Oh, good dribbling. Beautiful goal! Oh my goodness, what a beautiful goal from Gio Reyna! That is a corker! Patrick Obermoyela is on his feet standing next to me. And I can tell you, he's not the only one.
Wow.
There are a few people around us stood up, and I think even some of the Bremen fans can't believe that goal.
Look at this, just look at this. I could look at this back-to-back. Good control. He goes left, he goes right, and then he sees there's a little opening up there. There's a little gap where Pavlenka is usually not going. And exactly there is where he puts the ball. Brilliant.
Postage stamp stuff. I said earlier, filthy football. That was virtually football porn, that one.
This will go
My
viral.
goodness.
This will go viral, I'm quite sure.
The travelling Dortmund fans delighted. Their side is still in it. And our seats in the stadium don't come with seatbelts, but we might need them because it's gonna be fast and furious the next nearly just 12 minutes. Dortmund desperate for an equaliser now. They got caught last time, but what a way to get your first senior goal for Dortmund.
Now Bremen is pushing forward a little bit again.
Korfeld's got his tactics really well sorted out for this game.
He gets that ball back. His ball was still moving. Can play fast, but not that fast.
Royce, Reina,
This is just
Haaland.
good.
Oh, Haaland's through, delivers it to Sancho, and Sancho loses the ball.
Oh, Dortmund is coming closer though.
Well, that's you put your house on him putting that in every single time. Great work from.
Look at this, good delivery there from Haaland, exactly in the right moment. And then usually the first touch is so much better from Jadon Sancho.
Just springs off his foot.
Yeah.
He was going to go around the keeper and turn it in.
Could have maybe tried it directly, I don't know. But still, this is the right way, Dortmund. This is the right way. This time, Marvin Hitz goes safely.
He waited that time. It was
He
probably
waits
a
in
good
the
idea.
box, yeah.
Akanji, vertical pass. Reina knocks it on for Haaland. There's good running from Schultz. Witzel. Akanji again. Dortmund with every man apart from their keeper in the Bremen half. Reina's gone through again. He tumbles. The referee waves play on. That won't be a penalty.
Oh, but now.
Oh, that was very unnecessary. And now it's all kicking off. And the video assistant referee.
Ooh, now we have to look at some video.
Has got some very, very, very heavy television watching to do now. Tempers rise. Kevin Vogt held away from Erling Haaland, and it's Reina on the floor.
But all things aside, no matter what happened after that, I'm looking at the moment because, I mean, obviously Reina wanted more, but somebody was pushing him down, and Guido Wingman has to look at that, no matter what happened after that. Because it was in the box, and if there was a little bit of pushing, there should have been a penalty there. Well, even though this game was, or the situation was clear before, if there's something like a push or a grab to the face or a hit or something going on in the box, this is a penalty.
Tobias Welz in Cologne will no doubt be looking very carefully at this, along with Frederick Asmuth. What is exactly going to happen? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, but I don't think it'll...
So there's the moment. Great moment there from Reina. Obviously not enough for a penalty. He gets up, he pushes. And this is a penalty to me. Exactly, there's a fist. He grabs the jersey and the fist goes onto the shin. This must be something. If not, this is all rubbish. I mean, that's my opinion. But why do you have a VAR if he's not doing something with those kind of scenes.
Well, you're very entitled to your opinion, of course you are, but the video assistant referee is on the line, and let's just go back 5, 6, 7 years. A pull on the shirt is enough for a yellow card.
It is.
Regardless of what you do with the
there's
hands.
more. The fist pushes, and it goes to the shin. And I sat here last year when Bremen lost against Bayern, and it was not right because there was another situation where the VAR didn't get involved where he should have. And I said the same thing. So it's not just because this is Dortmund, it's because it must be right.
Well, if you saw the picture we just looked at, I've got a suspicion that someone's getting a yellow card.
Oh, many should, actually. Many should. And but there should be a...
Who's it going to be? Oh, he's going to
go
across
it
and have a look.
And I'm telling you, I'm going to go down there and tell him myself.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Aubameyang won't be with me for the next 5-10 minutes because he's just going to go across.
I'm kidding.
And, but have a word with the referee. But he needs to look at that.
If he sees the same kind of picture, then he must be, or there must be, the conclusion must be, this is not enough. And this is not what he should be looking at. That's I don't want to call the name or the word, but this is not the right moment.
It's the afters, isn't it, that we're looking at?
It's what's coming up now. So
this bit here.
This is hassle-tassel. You don't have to talk about this, but now this is a foul in the box by one guy, not by both. This is a foul inside of the box.
These are the pictures that Guido Wickman is looking at. And although it's, I don't think you can call that a punch. It's a pull of the shirt in the box.
This is a penalty.
Let's see.
Here he comes.
He's getting the card out of his top pocket. Yellow cards for Reina.
This is okay. So far.
What else? I think he's looking.
There's a yellow card for
a yellow card.
Moisander. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Vogt.
This is so wrong. I don't know.
And I'm wondering what else is going to happen here.
Nothing, actually. He goes there and says it's a penalty. Okay. Get collective. Get calm and collective.
So everybody seems to be a little confused as to what exactly is going on. A free kick?
There's a free kick for maybe for a fake. Maybe for a fake on Gio Reyna.
Gio Reyna gets a yellow card. Kevin Vogt gets a yellow card. Dortmund do not get the penalty that they would have liked.
Yeah, of course they would have, and they should have gotten him. But play goes on for another, let's say 5, maybe 3-4 added minutes to that.
Well, what a game so far. Plenty of incident, plenty of goals. There will be a good 4 or 5 minutes now added on, I should imagine. There's going to be a substitution, a double substitution, one for each side. Emre Can's coming on, probably for Axel Witsel. And Finn Bartels is lined up to come on as well for the home side. But this is Rashica. He's run out of ball. Gio Reyna to Sancho. It's 3-2. Dortmund need a goal to push this game to extra time. And if a side can do that, Dortmund are certainly one that can, as are Bremen. We saw that last season.
Plenty enough time to do so.
Oh, good ball. Now the chance for Rojas. Oh, right straight into the arms of Pavlenka.
And that's so interesting because I don't know anybody who does these kind of things better than Marco Reus. Exactly these kind of situations where the ball comes back from the ground line and he goes into it and lets him go on to target. He's so good at this, but this season somehow he is not the most lucky guy doing that.
We are so approaching all or nothing time for Dortmund. Reina tried to play the 1-2, but the contact wasn't good. Goes all the way back to Akanji. Flick for Jadon Sancho, he's brought down. Oh, I beg your pardon, it's Achraf Hakimi, he's brought down. Marco Reus is going to come off for Dortmund. He's not going to throw his captain's armband down this time like he did at the weekend.
To be fair, it's not the captain armband, it was some tape he threw down, but of course he was not.
It looked like the captain's armband, yes, he didn't want to go off.
And another substitution there. Osako goes out for Bartels.
Finn Bartels comes on.
A little bit of speed there.
2016 was the last cup game he played against Sportfreunde Lotte. They lost 2-1 on that occasion. Finn Bartels. Osako's ball was super sweet for Rashica to run onto and score that third goal, which might be the decider. Set pieces has also not really been Dortmund's thing this season. 2 goals from free kicks. Now would be a time to get another one. Boom, over the top it goes.
Leo Bittencourt did it a little bit better at first half, from a little further away.
I thought it was going to be Witzel that came off, but he's still on, and that was his shot. And there will be a fair portion of time to be added on at the end of this game. Emre Can with a towering header.
That was his first touch as a Borussia Dortmund player.
5 minutes, as you can see, to be added on. 5 minutes to save your cup campaign. What can you do about it? At this point, you just have to throw everything forward.
You have to risk it all now. I mean, 5 minutes is a lot, but it goes by fast. Especially when they get free kicks, Werder Bremen, and take as much of the clock as possible.
Erling Haaland, David Klaassen having words.
Oh, and this is just...
The referee indicates that he's keeping an eye on the time that Bremen are trying to run down, but of course they are. Kenji got a slight hit on that.
A minute gone of extra time.
Emre Can on loan from Juventus. With an option to stay. Every time they get the ball, there'll be a big roar from the home fans.
Of course, they're so close for something to really cheer and celebrate in a long time.
Well, Reyna's goal is another record, the youngest ever scorer in the cup. Bremen fans want a penalty, they're not going to get one. Can comes forward. Schultz. Can to Akanji.
2 minutes gone of extra time.
Our speaking countdown clock, Patrick Awumayela,
That's me.
is very keen to see another goal here. Will he see one? Not with that. Reyna trying to dribble his way through, but there were just too many legs there.
Yeah, Bremen is throwing themselves in everything they can. Doing a great job defending. Don't get me wrong, Bremen played a fantastic game.
On balance, they have been the better side today. Spirited Dortmund revival, though, led by Jadon Sancho. Gets the 1-2, plays it through to Schultz. Schultz Brandt. It's come back to Brandt. They want a handball. It's not been given. Haaland! Oh, the save is brilliant. Pavlenka's hurt himself. I think he dislocated his spine saving that. It'll be a corner.
It's just wow what's going on these couple of minutes. Fantastic situation. Good ball from Brandt. Good use of body. And then Pavlenka, who of course injured himself, falling down from that high up, and takes a little bit of time. Yeah, that hurts. Of course.
He's obviously winded himself. The ball came back. There was a big appeal for handball. Didn't happen.
A great moment. Well played
again. Great header.
He's in the right position. Great ball by Brandt too. Maybe a little bit of a push there. This could have came back when he scored that one. A little use of hands, but he's just so good. You said it. A striker's nose.
I must admit, I don't like the way that Dortmund have been playing lots of short corners. Needs a good ball in the box.
Ooh, and Marvin Hitz gets to this one.
With a header.
That would have been interesting.
I'm thinking Jens Lehmann.
Jens Lehmann, right, yeah. There were a couple goalkeepers.
Substitution now.
That's a good header, actually.
Umar Toprak coming on. He's on loan, of course, from Dortmund. Coming on to play for Bremen against his parent club. Milot Rashica goes off. What a goal he scored. What a goal Leonardo Bittencourt scored. Selke's goal wasn't too bad. Haaland, well, he made it 2-1. Reina made it 3-2, but it's still very much in Bremen's court. Time added on is pretty much over. One last chance for Dortmund. They have to move the ball forward. The home fans want that final whistle that will send them into raptures and the quarter-finals. This is it. Haaland jumps, nods it on. Mats Hummels is there, but it's cleared over the top, or it's clear over the top. And that will probably be Dortmund's last kick of the game.
It wasn't a lack of chances in the end. I mean, Dortmund...
They had their chances, they created chances.
They got there, but they have to ask the question again, why so late? Why do they need to fall back in behind to play performances like they did again for mostly the second half?
Hummels' header was a good one forward. The home fans think time's up. It is! It's over! Bremen win on their 121st birthday. A repeat of the result last time. It didn't need extra time. It didn't need penalties. Bremen have beaten Dortmund by 3-2. A miserable season in the Bundesliga so far for Bremen. Dortmund in third, but that will not ease the pain this evening. It's finished. Werder Bremen 3, Borussia Dortmund 2. Wow, that was a game and a half.
That was a game and a half. That's absolutely right. I mean, so much excitement, so much going on, so many moments. It's incredible. It's a well-earned win for Bremen. Dortmund came in late into this game, really, and Bremen fighted for every inch on the field. They did a superb job using the bit of chances they had. And Dortmund just didn't make enough of what they had.
Well, you've got to ask, why don't they play like that every week in the Bundesliga? They were really up for it today. They saw their chance and they took it with both hands.
Right, there are questions on both sides. Again, Dortmund has to ask why we have to go all through that to have a performance like they had in most of the second half. And of course, Werder Bremen will ask the question, look, this is what we can do. Why don't we do it every week in the Bundesliga?
But that's just what they were looking for, a little Erfolgserlebnis, as they say in German, a little success, a taste of success, and that's what they've got today. Their name goes into the hat for the quarter-finals, looking for a place in Berlin in the middle of May the 23rd, I think it is this season, in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. But there's a little way to go before that. Dortmund can concentrate on the league and the Champions League now. It's an old cliche, but that's exactly what they'll do now. They'll put it behind them. They've got a big game at the weekend against Leverkusen. Again, a top of the table bash between those two. But they won't be happy about going out.
No, they won't be happy. But what can they do? They have to lick their wounds now, heal quickly until the weekend, because you said it. It's a different competition. It's going to be a tough game, and Leverkusen is a tough opponent.
Well, it's all smiles and happiness for Bremen. Commiserations to Dortmund. Of course, Patrick, having played for both, you're a winner and a loser at the same time. There you go. Not everyone can win everything, and I hope you enjoyed the game with me today. I hope everybody at home enjoyed it too. Plenty more to come from the DFB-Pokal tomorrow. Hope you can watch the games you want to watch wherever you are. But from Patrick and me, that's it till next time. Hope you can join us for more thrills, spills and action from Germany on the DFB-Pokal. Bye for now. Bye.
Niklas, first of all, congratulations. How do you sum it up?
Crazy game, very good first half from us, deservedly leading the game. Second half was up and down. They scored, we scored, they scored, but we fought till the end. Very important victory for us. We're in a difficult situation in the league, so this kind of night can help us.
In the last 3 matches, Dortmund scored 15 goals. So what about your performance in the defense today?
Yeah, I think we did it quite well. They have so much quality in the attack, so it's hard to keep the zero. But we defended well as a whole team. We were very compact, and they had difficulties creating chances. So we did well today. They scored 2 goals, but luckily we scored 3.
Do you think this victory can take some of the pressure away you're feeling in the Bundesliga?
Not the pressure. Saturday is a very important game for us again, but we can take confidence from this game because winning against Dortmund is never easy, and we did it today, so it can help us confidence-wise, but the pressure will be there.
Thank you so much. Enjoy. Julian, danke fürs Vorbeikommen. Wie analysieren Sie diese Niederlage?
Ja, die erste Halbzeit haben wir zu wenig gemacht, waren wir offensiv viel zu harmlos, schlucken 2 Tore, die uns natürlich in eine sehr, sehr unangenehme Situation bringen. Und ja, in der zweiten Halbzeit sind wir dann so ein bisschen aufgewacht, haben alles versucht. Das dritte 3-1 hat uns dann, oder das zwischenzeitliche 3-1 hat uns dann natürlich extrem wehgetan. Und dann ist es am Ende ja, auch sehr, sehr schwer, dann so viele Tore wieder aufzuholen. Ja.
Zu wenig gemacht? Hat man sich vielleicht auch ein bisschen zu komfortabel gefühlt durch die missliche Lage der Bremer in der Bundesliga?
Nee, ich glaube nicht, dass wir oder dass unsere Mannschaft irgendwie Gegner unterschätzt, sondern wenn wir solche Spiele oder jetzt in so einer Halbzeit haben, dann liegt es immer an uns. Das heißt, dass wir zu wenig machen, dass wir vielleicht auch so ein bisschen durch die letzten 3 Spiele so ein bisschen denken, das kommt von alleine, aber ich glaube, dass keiner von unserer Mannschaft im Kopf hatte oder darüber nachgedacht hat, was die Bremer, in was für einer Lage sie sich befinden. Am Ende schlagen wir uns nur selbst.
Wie groß ist Ihre persönliche Enttäuschung, so früh aus dem Pokal ausgeschieden zu sein?
Ja, ist immer beschissen. Ich glaube, am Ende nimmt man sich gerade in dem Pokal viel vor. Ich glaube, da ist auch viel möglich. Ja, aber es ist halt so, dass der Pokal auch so ein bisschen seine eigenen Regeln hat. Man kann den Pokal nicht vergleichen mit der Meisterschaft. Klar, in der Meisterschaft stehen sie ein bisschen schlechter da, aber im Pokal, da kann man noch mal so ein bisschen auch die letzten Körner aus sich rausholen. Das hat Werder heute gemacht und haben dann auch am Ende verdient gewonnen.
Dankeschön. So for those of you who needed translation in English, here it comes. The first question was about the match in general. So he said, yeah, we just didn't do enough the first time. We didn't get through the defense, and in the end we conceded 2 goals that were a bit stupid. So the second question was if they might feel too comfortable because Bremen has a dramatic situation in the Bundesliga. But he said, no, we just have to look on ourselves and not about Bremen. Yeah, maybe we thought it would just work out like that because we won the 3 previous matches, but yeah, in general he's very disappointed because that was my third question. He said this is really bad that we went out early. Milot, first of all, congratulations. What is your opinion about tonight's match?
Yeah, I'm very happy. At the end we win. I'm very happy for the fans also because last game were difficult for us. We didn't play as good as we wanted, but today we give everything for them, and let's hope also in the weekend and the upcoming games to play like this.
And you scored in your last 5 cup games, so it seems that this is kind of your favorite competition.
Yeah, the most important is that we win and we are 1 round more, so I'm very happy for my goal also because at the end we win. But let's hope to continue scoring also in the league and help the team.
The coach said before, we have nothing to lose, nobody's expecting anything from us. Did that help you somehow? Did that give you some wings?
Yeah, also we as the players, we already know that it will be a difficult game after some bad results that we had in the league. So yeah, as the coach said, we had nothing to lose, just go and play how we can, because if we play every time like this, we can do good things together.
Congrats again, thank you so much. Hallo, vielen Dank fürs Vorbeikommen. Herzlichen Glückwunsch erstmal zum Sieg und dafür, dass Sie Man of the Match sind. Sie haben gerade festgestellt, das Ding ist ganz schön schwer.
Ja, ganz schön schwer. Vielen Dank, aber es war eine Mannschaftsleistung heute und von daher bin ich riesenfroh, dass wir so eine Leistung auf den Platz gelegt haben für die Fans, für den Verein. Und ja, wir sind eine Runde weiter gegen Borussia Dortmund, Titelfavorit. Schöner Abend.
Wie haben Sie das geschafft, Dortmund zu schlagen?
Herz, Leidenschaft, Wille. Das war heute. Ich glaube, damit hat Dortmund nicht ganz gerechnet. Die haben wahrscheinlich damit eine verunsicherte Werder Bremen Mannschaft gerechnet und haben in der Liga 15 Tore geschossen. Na, vielleicht ein Stück weit Leichtigkeit hat ihnen heute gefehlt, weil sie gedacht haben, das wird schon irgendwie funktionieren.
Der Kapitän hat gesagt, das könnte uns jetzt Selbstbewusstsein geben für die Liga. Was glauben Sie?
Muss es. Wir reden immer, was wir für eine Qualität haben, haben es aber die Saison selten auf den Platz gebracht. Und heute haben wir gezeigt, was in uns steckt. Und es geht nur so als Team, als Mannschaft. Und von daher hoffe ich, dass wir diesen Abend heute mitnehmen, um am Wochenende Erfolg zu haben.
Danke und finden Sie einen schönen Platz für den Pokal. Ciao. So again in English, well, first of all, he found out that the trophy, the Man of the Match, is quite heavy, but he said thank you to everybody of the team. We were fighting as a team, we were defending as a team, and we were winning this match as a team. And he said maybe Dortmund thought that we're not in a good shape, and they scored like 15 goals in the last 3 matches, so they were maybe quite comfortable, but we were fighting, we had heart, and we had the will to win this match, and this is very important. And he also said that now we have to take this for our self-confidence because we have the quality in our team, and now we have to show that in the Bundesliga.